All right, positive energy all the time. The Tupac murder trial has started today. I think mostly jury selection, so we won't get to the meat of the situation for a while. But it should be interesting. Not sure how long jury selection will go, but I'm I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching this. Going to be interesting trial. I watched the Young Thug trial. That was interesting. So it's uh, he said Suge said Keefe D ain't had nothing to do with it. Yeah, yeah, I'd seen him say that. Yeah, I'd seen him say that. He kind of explained it. I forgot what he said to explain it. It was something gangster to it, the way he explained it. I got to go back and watch what he said, but it was deep. It wasn't like he, if I remember correctly, it wasn't like he was really saying he didn't do it. I forgot what Suge said he said that. I'm going to find out though. But Suge said that for a reason. Maybe because he was in, maybe if he's got to be in prison, he don't want to, he don't want to snitch if he's in prison. Most likely. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now, the police didn't do that. I mean, you're overlooking they beat up Orlando. Do you know much about Orlando? You obviously don't know anything about Orlando. Nah, the police didn't do that. You can't stomp out a notorious Crip and then coincidentally the police did it. I mean, maybe if they didn't stomp out a very dangerous Crip, that might fly. Yeah, I'm not going to debate that. Okay, we got your point. Please don't repeat it 1,000 times, but that doesn't make any sense. The odds that the police did it after he stomped out Orlando, that's ridiculous. Just to totally negate that the person he stomped out did it is, I guess. I don't do a lot of weirdo conspiracies. That's why I don't do conspiracies because a lot of times they don't be making sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like he beat up. He beat up. You know, he beat up. He beat up the wrong person. Mind you, keep your D. Everybody in that car, like the other big brother in the back of the car, that they allegedly that Orlando leaned over and shot over. He was a problem too. Like these were no. Uh, that wasn't no car full of Girl Scouts. Let's put it like that. They were looking for him to show up at the club. If you want to know the facts, and it was conspiracy. They was waiting for them to show up at the club. They was going to do them at the club, but they didn't show up at the club. So they happened to leave the club and seen them going the other way because they heard girls saying, Tupac, Tupac. So they made the U-turn and came up the side and aired him out. I mean, that's the real story. That's the real story. No police did that in broad day, in Vegas with all that. No, yeah. I don't, conspiracies, a lot of times they'd be just too ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not I'm gonna have to get you out of here while we have a conversation. I don't want your conspiracy troll. We've already covered that. Let it go. We can do this the nice way or the hard way. Let it go. Please don't be over here trying to sell that, okay? I'm gonna have to block you. Like, let it go, bro. Yeah. You can type that 1,000 times. You don't know what you're talking about. So that was a crazy situation. From the very beginning, it was, why are you telling Tupac that that's the guy that took y'all chain? See what I'm saying? And why didn't you just run over there and grab Pac? You know, why is you kicking too? Suge ended up, he lost his whole record label because he went over there and kicked dude. He went over there and kicked dude and got locked up and got out and got back locked up. Crazy. Kicked dude, got locked up, got out, got in some other situation, locked up again. Like, come on. You're supposed to protect the bag. Keefe D, we're going to get to him. But for them to say that's the guy that did that, you let the bag run over there. When the fight was over, Tupac came out all hyped up. That they was drinking. They was having too much fun. It was supposed to be no fun. It's supposed to be the car there. Get the star in the car. The star must always be under heavy security. They had Tupac out there too willy nilly. That's the first mistake. Why is Tupac out there? You know, why y'all not straight to the car? Get him out of there. Get him out of there. I mean, they had enough clout to leave with Mike and his security. Foolishness. On top of that, you're out on bail. You're out on $1 million bail in New York. What are we doing? You're out on $1 million bail and you run over to kick somebody like Tupac. was doing. Come on, bro. If that ain't one of the dumbest things ever, you out on $1 million bail. Somebody said, there go dude, you want to run over there and you out on $1 million bail. And Suge, the one put up the bail, he don't go grab you. He go kick too. $1 million bail. You can't make this up. How stupid can you be? Bro, you out on $1 million bail. $1 million bail. Yeah. What are we doing? I don't be listening to conspiracies. I don't listen to no conspiracy. I don't listen to conspiracy. That's not the story. No, Orlando took Pac's chain. They took somebody else's chain. They took somebody else's death row chain. They took somebody else's chain. People just saying anything, right? They took somebody else's chain at the mall, and that was when they were saying somebody would put up money to go get a death row chain, allegedly with the East Coast West Coast beef. It never was Tupac's chain. What the hell? And the guy told Tupac that's the dude that took the chain, the death row chain at the mall. That happened at the mall with somebody else. The brother that pointed Tupac out should have went. Yeah, at the swap meet, the brother that pointed out he was supposed to go handle it. What you telling Pac for, punk? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't. I'm not doing. I'm not doing conspiracies. No, thank you. I can't say because that'll be like snitching. I can't say that part. But you call me, I'll tell you on the phone. Yeah, you call me like later on tonight or tomorrow. It remind me. I'll tell you on the phone what happened with that. But you know what I'm saying, Drew? I'll tell you what's happening with that. But Keefe D, he ain't the brightest bulb in the lamp. I tell you that. They give him immunity from everything. He thinks immunity works everywhere. No, they gave you immunity under that particular jurisdiction, but they can't give you U.S. immunity. So he goes and he writes a book. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis co-authored the 2019 memoir titled Compton Street Legend. In the book, In the book, he discusses his involvement in the 1996 drive-by shooting of Tupac Shakur. Prosecutors are using the book as key evidence in his murder trial. Trial impact. Davis claimed the book is heavily fictionalized and meant only to make money. A judge ruled that the memoir can be presented as evidence because Davis publicly promoted it as the truth. All right? Can't, unbelievable. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Petty Gibbs, I deleted you by mistake. I'm gonna undo it if I can find you. I wasn't trying to block you. Let me see if I can find you. There you go. Okay, you're back. I'll let some of these others back and see if they can behave. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. It's totally ridiculous. With respect to my brother uh, Stroman, y'all support the channel all the time. So Petty Gibbs, I unblocked you. That was an accident. So he goes and write a book and tell everything in the book. Promotes the book as the absolute truth, thinking that he's got full immunity across the whole United States and everywhere. From what I understand, that immunity didn't work in Vegas. Hell no. Boy, I tell you, I believe you can't make this up. Let's look at it. Did Keefe D have full immunity? No. Dwayne Keefe D did not have full immunity. While he claimed protection based on past interviews with law enforcement and federal task forces, in the late 2000s, Las Vegas prosecutors asserted he never received any official immunity agreement. Well, I tell you, boy, oh 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 boy. I tell you, he thought he had immunity. Boy, What? That boy thought he had immunity. Lord have mercy. You can't make this up. He thought he had full immunity. How? Sway? How? You can't make this up. That boy thought he had full immunity. I swear to God, man. Education is very important. Let me save that. I'm going to need that for this trial. You can't make this up. You can't. So you go write a book and tell everything, thinking that you. Hey Betty, boy, you cannot make this up. He thinking he got full immunity. He goes and tell everything. I'm not even sure if you can get immunity for M. I don't know. I don't even know. But where did you get immunity at? And did you check? They said no, he doesn't. They saying no, he don't have nothing. Boy, you cannot, you cannot make this up. Unbelievable. This is going to be a super crazy trial for sure. I just knew it was going to say, yeah, but it's this or that. I just knew it was going to say, yeah, he had immunity, but not the type of immunity he needed. It said no. That's what it said. You can't make this stuff up, man. On my soul. That fool thought he had immunity. Well, you can't make this up. They're going to throw him under a whole Greyhound bus. On my soul. They're going to throw him under a whole Greyhound bus. Come on, man. You don't never discuss no M anyway. Like, under no sir, you don't trust anybody to admit to that. Under no circumstance. Like, under no circumstances do you ever admit to that. Maybe if you did your time, maybe, maybe. But come on, though. That trial's going to be something else. I'm wondering what's going to be said. Now, here's something interesting. Suge Knight is officially listed. Yep, Suge Knight is officially listed as a witness for the prosecution in Dwayne Keefe D. Davis trial, but he has repeatedly and firmly stated that he will refuse to testify. As the high-profile murder trial for the 1996 unalive of Tupac Shakur formally begins, Knight remains the center of intense legal speculation. Why the prosecutor wants him to testify. Sole living witness, so this is why they want him. As the driver of the BMW the night Tupac was unalive, Knight is the only other living person besides Davis who was directly inside either vehicle during the shooting. Official witness list in August 2026, the Clark County prosecution officially included Marion Suge Knight on their trial witness list. Other high-profile subpoenas alongside Knight, prosecutors have listed several notable figures, including former death row head of security Reggie Wright Jr., former Las Vegas Mayor Oscar Goodman, and Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo. The governor of Nevada, Big Joe Lombardo. Interesting name. Interesting name of the governor of the place where Vegas is at. That's deep. Vegas is interesting. Joe Lombardo. That says a lot. I'm not trying to be prejudiced, and I'm not saying the name means anything. It just sounds like it means something. It sounds like it means something. Boy, you can't make this stuff up. I wonder what Reggie Wright gonna say. He knows a lot. He's been talking too much. If they offer Suge to get out of prison, he might testify. But I don't know. I can see him testifying, though, to get out. Especially if he's thinking he's going to just pass away in there. He'll be like, who cares what anybody say about me? I'm not going to even be alive. But he might try to be a super gangster. I don't know. He might not say nothing. He might not. He might not say anything. We have to see. It's going to be very, very interesting. Let me see. He related to one of them families, possibly. Yeah, that's an interesting name. Do I think Suge gonna testify? Uh, I can't say. I know I would. I wouldn't hold no loyalty to the streets. I don't believe in no loyalty to the streets. Yeah, I don't believe in that. The streets is a myth. There's no way I'm gonna sit in there if I can get out being loyal to no damn Keefe. Trying to keep no street code when I can go home. That don't even make no sense. And you unalive my main man. You unalive Pop. Yeah, I'll tell. Not only did you unalive my main man, you hurt my money. That was money out. You 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 messed up a lot of money. I don't owe you nothing. I don't believe in the street codes. Not like the way they do them. I believe they ain't practicing the street code correctly. That's not correct. You're not snitching is telling on somebody you actually did the crime with. They just taking it and making it a mockery out of it. To me, they're making a mockery out of this. No snitching. It was never meant to be applied fanatically. Well, when they bring if they bring in somebody that was affiliated with a certain payment amount, but I'm not sure if dude is still alive. I don't know if there's anybody still alive that's supposedly seen a check. How it's not on camera. You're not primitive. Uh, hey, Trav, that just show you how much things change. You know how primitive it was back then? Ain't that crazy? Like they ain't had cameras like we got now. They ain't had cameras like that. The block had to be hot, and they would come on the block and they would hide the camera in the street lights back then. Yeah, they would hide the camera in the street lights. They didn't have the cameras like they got now. Like back then, they would come and send a crew out, look like they're doing electrical repair to the street lights, and they will put a camera in the street lights. Yeah, I lived in Harvey. They put a camera on my block on that corner down there. I wasn't doing nothing outside, so it didn't affect me. But yeah, they didn't have this type of. They didn't have flock cameras and all that. They ain't had none of that. It was primitive. They used to could just lay somebody down, and as long as you didn't go in front of a matter of fact, hey, bro. A matter of fact, This was crazy. Dane had the doorbell, the ring cameras either. They didn't have those either. Hey, bro, the only thing they had was Brinks and AT&T. I mean, Brinks and what's the other one called? That's all they had. ADT. All they had was Brinks and ADT. That was it. Yeah, ADT. That's all they had. Is it going to be televised? Yeah, I think it was on TV today. I'm not sure. I think so. I don't know. Yes, the trial is being televised and streamed live online. I thought so was on there today. I just didn't watch it. Was jury selection. I ain't want to watch no jury selection. Yeah, it's gonna be televised. It's gonna I'm gonna be watching it. Once I'm gonna wait till they pick the jury. I wouldn't miss Suge Knight and Reggie Wright for nothing. It's real in the field, y'all. It's real out here. Gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be really, really, really something else. That's for sure. I can't wait to watch it. Gonna take up a lot of hours though. These trials, boy, oh boy, they take up too much hours. Yeah, they take up too much hours though. That's the one thing. You think Suge Knight gonna testify? Mm, he might. He might. He absolutely might testify. I can't. I can't hold you for sure. If I had to bet, I would bet he is. Even though I'm not sure, I would bet he is. I would think he's got some kind of deal. He's got. I would think he's got some kind of deal. I also think it's a possibility his health is not that great, and he might absolutely have to get out. He might. It would be a bet that it would be a bet that I wouldn't be real confident, you know. So I would be really, just rolling the dice. I wouldn't bet any money that I can't lose, that's for sure. But if I had to roll the dice, ugh, speak English, man. Speak some English, you know what I'm saying? No comprende, amigo. He over here speaking German, Swahili. But look, does he have immunity? No. Boy, that boy dumb as a rock. That boy crazy. You cannot make this up. Who would write a book and tell everything about unaliving somebody but a fool? Keefe D, and the D stands for dumb as hell. What the D? Keefe D. Boy, he got the right last name. He, boy, he sure got the right last name. I ain't gonna hold you. That boy, when they named him Keefe D, boy, they knew what they were saying. Somebody knew something. Somebody knew something. Somebody knew when they named him Keefe D. And the D is for dumb as hell. I ain't gonna hold you. That boy's super duper stupid. I watched him do it too. I watched him talk about it. I watched the whole thing live. I didn't miss no Keefe D interviews. I knew they was gonna be. I didn't. I didn't miss no Keefe D interviews. I ain't gonna tell no lie. I like. Oh, I can't miss. I can't miss Keefe D. I cannot miss Keefe D. I should just be shaking my head. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he got the best interviews. Yeah, he got the most unrealistic videos, interviews there are on everything. That boy, super crazy. That boy, super duper crazy. He got the best interviews though. I used to just be looking. Man, I used to be looking. I'm gonna be saving notes. Oh my god, I gotta save notes, save notes, save notes. I wonder how long this trial gonna last. Y'all know? Y'all got anybody got any clues how long we gonna be watching this? Forever? How long are we gonna be watching this? Forever? You can hear me now putting notes away. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, the art of dialogue. Boy, it's gonna be something else. I can't wait till he get on the stage. I cannot wait for Keefe D to take the stand. I ain't like I'm gonna have a whole man. I'm gonna have a whole setup. I might even get some liquor. I might get me a little liquor for that one. I ain't had a drink. I did just have a drink not too long ago, I think. A sip. But I'm probably gonna get some liquor. I haven't had any beer in a long time, in years. I probably should try a beer. Give me a non-alcoholic beer. I need a strong beer. Man, listen, so I cannot wait for Suge Knight, Keefe D, and Reggie Wright to hit the stand. Nah, I ain't hear what Dick Gregory say. You know, Dick, he be doing too many conspiracies for me. He be saying too many conspiracies. I like to listen to him when it come to help, but with conspiracies, I don't like listening to him too much. Because this ain't no conspiracy. This cut and dry. You know what I'm saying? They whooped the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know, anybody do their research on Orlando, no, they whooped the wrong one. Dude was a shooter. Diddy, if they can get him in this, they gonna get him. Keefe D will snitch on Diddy though. And Keefe D will snitch on Diddy to walk. That's a show. Diddy got to be shaking in his boots because if Diddy is involved, I don't know. What I know, I won't say till after the trial is over or while the trial is happening. If they reveal information, I'll speak on that. But there's certain codes out here, so I don't be like, oh, he did it and he did it. I'm not really comfortable with doing that on no cases. That's why you don't be seeing me speak on no whole lot of cases like that. But Keefe D can walk if he throw Diddy under the bus. And one thing about Keefe D, he looks like the type of person that would keep evidence. I ain't gonna lie. Keefe D look like that kind of dude that'll keep evidence on your ass just in case. He a real snake. Don't he? Don't Keefe D look like if he get evidence on you, he'll keep it and just in case. If anybody will tell on you, it's Keefe D. If Diddy made any mistakes, I'm not saying Diddy involved in it, but he's being alleged. And if he is involved in it and he let Keefe D get any evidence, Diddy ain't never gonna see light. 'Cause I don't think they want Diddy to get out. I think they'll put a hit on Diddy before they let him out. Because it's been kind of rough around the collar for Diddy up in there. A lot of stuff they ain't telling, but it's some situations going on in there. They don't never want Diddy to hit the street ever again. He didn't did too much dirt. The one person that know everything is Diddy, Keefe D, and Suge Knight. Them three know everything. Suge know everything because Suge is really good at getting information. But Suge have information nobody else got. Suge knew everything happened. Probably 3 months. By the time 3 months went by, Suge probably knew everything. Suge Knight's a dangerous dude. Boy, it's gonna be tense. Let me see. Okay, so the trial not a federal case. It's a state level criminal prosecution in Nevada. So it ain't no Fed case. See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. It's a problem if it is a Fed case. It's a problem if it's not, because that means it can be a Fed case. Okay, because they can let you out, and the feds can meet you at the front door and cuff you. Yeah, and like that, you was trial under the state. We could try you. This is not a retrial. This is a whole nother trial. Let me see. Can the feds? After you beat the state, can the feds charge you after you beat a state case? Yes. E. Oh my God. E. Ooh. Look. Yes. The federal government can legally charge you after you win or beat a state case. Under the dual sovereignty doctrine, state and federal governments are viewed as two separate legal authorities. Beating a charge in state court does not stop federal prosecutors from filing their own charges for the same Action. Ah, we, wow, wow, wow. I gotta save that too. This is gonna come back up. Wow, we, boy, I'm telling you, man. I am telling you. Oh, whoa. I didn't know that. I should have. Ugh. So the feds could have kicked my damn door right back open. Oh my God. Good thing I wasn't at home. I never went back to that location. Hell no. Mm, 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 mm. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You can't make this up. Boy, we in for a ride with this case. Then they got the other case coming at the same time. What, the boy down in Texas, ain't that case coming up? Oh, the Yellow Beezy? The Yellow Beezy trial, August 24th. Oh, oh, back to back. Boom, 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 boom. A final pretrial hearing is set for August 21st, ahead of the proceedings. Oh, boy. It's going to be Rap Mode 3. Uh, 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 uh. Uh, uh. Oh, it's going all the way down, ain't it, y'all? Meet me at the club is going down. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, you cannot make this up. We. That's why that all that crime and stuff, that ain't it. That ain't it. Like, look at Diddy and Suge. How embarrassing, huh? Two dudes at the top of the music, and now they both locked up. The black man gotta get himself together. He be doing too much. Sometimes you get a chance to like get in trouble and beat the case and change your life around. But sometimes that one case and you done. One and done. Real talk. Sometimes you get a one and done. You been in jagged your whole life off. Just like that. One time. One time. And it's over with. I be hating to see this happen to people, man. Keefe D, he didn't talk so much. It's just no way. It just ain't no way he going nowhere. It just ain't gonna happen. I don't see it. No way. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. To me, he didn't threw his life away. To me, I don't see no way in the world. Uh, I don't see no way in the world he gonna walk past that. I don't see it. I don't see it no kind of way. I think I think he really threw his life away for real. But depending on who we snitch on, there might be some light at the end of the tunnel. I gotta admit that. I gotta admit that. Depending on who we snitch on. OJ trial was a straight scam because they knew some Colombians unallowed that woman just by the fact they gave her the Colombian necktie. They knew some Colombians did that. They knew that that boy was allegedly dealing her boyfriend. They know that. OJ didn't have nothing to do with that. They knew that boy was dealing. That woman tried to keep dealing once she broke up with OJ, and she had that boy. He ain't bringing no ice cream over there, no 2, 3 in the morning. Real hustlers. We seen through all that. I'm like, man, that boy wasn't delivering no damn ice cream at no 2 in the morning to that lady. Man, tell that to somebody else. Same thing with Bill Cosby's son. They wasn't following him for nothing. That boy was out there hustling, and they followed him. You can make a lot of money in Hollywood selling illicit substances. That's big business. That's big money on everything. They was lying on that case. That case was all nonsense. That was all a lie. You know what I'm saying? OJ wasn't. OJ was definitely completely innocent. OJ was 100% innocent. OJ ran so the cartels wouldn't do nothing to him until they could find out he wasn't gonna say nothing. OJ was hustling with the hustling. He was selling stuff. This is my theory. Nicole watched him do it. When they broke up, Nicole tried to do it on her own. Nicole tried to do it on her own. That boy was not delivering ice cream. Oh, he was delivering ice cream, all right. And those Colombians got him. And one thing about that gangster stuff is the gangster stuff go like this, Five Ring. Every mob leave a signal that there's the mob that did it. So they have different ways they do their hits. They gave them a Colombian necktie. OJ ain't gonna do that. And then two big old Colombian looking dudes showed up at the police station. On top of that, the police went and took blood from the crime scene and brought it to OJ house, right? But they messed up because let's say this is a sock. Let's say this is a sock. You put your foot in here, right? They was rushing, so they took OJ's sock and they mashed it in the blood. So the blood came on the bottom of the sock and the top of the sock. If my foot in the sock, it ain't gonna be no blood on the top. That's where they messed up in that case. They mashed that. They mashed the sock. Instead of them putting, they were supposed to put their hand in there and mash it. They was rushing. They brought the blood all the way from my house, poured it by OJ house, and pushed the sock in it. But the blood came up on the top of the damn sock and the bottom. My boy Rick was in that case. That's I bought my beepers from. You seen the dude in the OJ with that case? You seen the dude that they went and bought back from Chicago? Yeah, that was my boy. He used to keep my beeper popping. He had the beeper shop up there in Roseland. I said, look at Rick. They had threatened him out there and was racist, so he moved to Chicago. He opened a beeper shop. But yeah, they pushed the sock in the blood, and the blood came up on both sides. OJ got to run until the cartels get the word. He ain't gonna say nothing. That's why he went ghost. That's why OJ jumped in the car like that and zipped out because the cartels know OJ know who did it because the dumbass girlfriend tried to take over OJ hustle. Girl, you not built for that. And Bill Cosby's son, he go to a lady house late at night and then get unalived on the freeway. You feel me? I know. I used to do all of that, what they doing. I knew the whole situation. They bought the blood up. Listen, the blood was still in the police vehicle. When they got to OJ house, they still had the blood from the murder scene. The blood's supposed to go directly to the lab. See, a lot of people wasn't paying no attention to the details and don't know about the law. When they collect the blood at a murder scene, that blood must go directly to the lab. You can't take that blood from somebody's house and bring it to my house. Right there, they should have went to prison. Right there, the police should have went to prison. Right then. Soon as you brought the blood to OJ house, they had the blood. They brought it all the way. You cannot make this up. Man, they brought the blood all the way from the crime scene to OJ house. Now, coincidentally, there's blood at OJ house. What y'all think about that? But the average people watching, they don't know nothing about crime. They ain't criminals, so they didn't see all that. They don't know. They didn't know what they was watching. The average person didn't even know what they was watching. So Them wasn't no redneck cops. Them was dealers, bruh. Them was dealers. I told you, two big old Colombians showed up at the police station. See, they wasn't just dealing. This high-end Hollywood celebrity dealing. That wasn't no little boy dealing. Oh no. That was the highest. Listen, man, OJ was a criminal at the highest level. OJ was a real gangster criminal. Okay? And when he left, his ex tried to keep doing what OJ used to do, but she didn't know what she was doing. And she had the stupid boy running deliveries. What do you mean bringing ice cream at 2 in the morning? All real hustlers know, yeah, you was dealing ice cream, all right. He was bringing ice cream. Y'all really believe he was coming to bring us some ice cream at 2 in the morning and got unalived by OJ? Does that make any sense? That OJ unalived for it's OJ. He don't give a damn about that lady like that. They drag like OJ. Man, that's OJ. Yeah, that case right there, it was obvious, but you know, they knew civilians didn't know. And same thing, like I said, allegedly for Bill Cosby's son. He just had left some lady house late at night and get a flat tire and get unalive. Who poked a hole in his tire? And what he was doing at that lady house. Inquiring minds want to know. But you got to be outside to know what all that was about. If you ain't outside, you don't know. I lived in LA, but I wasn't outside when I lived in LA. I was a good boy in LA. That's what happened. Yeah, that was cartel. Yeah, that's cartel. That's cartel. That's cartel. She thought she could do it. OJ wasn't running from the police. He was running from them boys till they get the word that he ain't finna snitch. OJ got the word he not gonna snitch. He wasn't never going to prison once the cartels found out he wasn't gonna snitch. They said, okay, just go through the trial. You'll be all right, my friend. You'll be all right. Just keep your mouth shut. OJ kept his mouth shut. They took all this stuff. The cartels like, you really want OJ? We owe you. We owe you one. We owe you. That's who OJ was running from. He wasn't running from no damn police. And the brother that picked him up, that's his compadre. They working. His brother that picked him up in the truck is the runner, was the runner. Was the delivery man. OJ was a gangster. She tried to do it once she broke up with him. That's why when I broke up with my queen, I sat her down and told her, listen, The business is closed. Okay? Don't you try, you got my kids. Don't you try to do what I was doing. You're not built like that. I'll bring you money, but do not try to do what I was doing. You not built like that. Yeah, they only wanted to get rid of him in case he was gonna snitch. So he ran to convince them he not gonna snitch. That's why he jumped in the Bronco. We got to get up. He wasn't running for no police. He had to convince them that he wasn't gonna say nothing. If he wouldn't have gotten that Bronco and left, he would have passed away from a suicide. He would have unalived himself. You read between the lines. Yeah, he would have unalived himself, case closed. That what would have happened. You say they honor you when you don't run your mouth, seeing they don't hesitate to snitch on you if they getting pinched by the feds in them interrogation rooms. Uh, like like once you snitch, nobody don't trust you. Police don't trust you or nothing, and then you don't know if the police is criminals. So if you snitching on the mob, you don't know if the cop is in the mob. You don't know if the cop is being paid to let them know if you talking. Talking is just never no good. You keep your mouth shut and you get a lawyer. You don't know nothing, you ain't seen nothing. Talking, first off, when you talk, you guilty. Psh, how that gonna help you? You just admitted to the crime. If you're gonna be a gangster, if you're gonna be a hustler, I ain't do it. I ain't never did it. I don't do it. I never ever did it. If they find me guilty and give me 20 years, if I get to come up for parole in 5 years, they're gonna look at your paperwork. And if your paperwork say he never admitted to the crime, they're gonna let you go home. Cause it's still not really official that you really did it. So they like, well, we don't really got it. He ain't never said he really did it. That's how you get an early release. But if you said you did it, you did it. You know what I'm saying? You don't never admit to nothing, to nobody. As soon as you get in trouble, you start lying. Your wife says, so what happened? Babe, that shit wasn't mine. That wasn't mine. Unless she knew it was yours. Like me, she knew it was mine, but I lied to everybody. It's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine. The lawyer not gonna defend you good if you tell him it was yours. You gotta make him believe, no, man, that ain't mine. I'm telling you like that. You go to jail, you get to talking, you tell Brian, man, they caught me with the stuff, man. I had 5 birds. You go to court, you in there fighting your case. They say, we call Brian Johnson to the stand. Oh, they gonna call a dude that you was locked up with to the stand. He didn't went to the state prison. He's supposed to do 7. They offered him and let him go soon as he tell. He like, yeah, I remember they bought Pharaoh the lockup. He was my seller. He told me it was his. When they locked me up in the county jail, they say, what you in here for? I said some bullshit. They lying on me, trying to say I had some stuff. I'm in there because they lying on me. You know what I'm saying? That's my story. So, that was my story. What you in there for? Nothing, some bullshit. They lying on me, trying to say I was doing stuff that I didn't do. That's how I was in. Anybody tell you I'm innocent, I told everybody that. Even when I beat my case, I was still lying. It was about 7 years went by before I realized, oh, I could stop lying. Actually, I was still lying. I had beat the case. I was still lying 7 years later. I had I had brainwashed my own self. First off, if you don't really practice that, how you gonna lie in court? You got to practice lying. You can't just think you just gonna get up there and lie. You got to have it down. It's got to be second nature. They got to look at you and say, I believe him. I'm telling you, it's not man. Whose is it then? How would I know? Whose is what? I ain't ever seen what y'all was talking about. What is you talking about? Whose stuff is what? What stuff? That's how I'm going. Seen what? I don't know what the hell you talking about. Because they'll trick you, you know. You ain't tricking me, I'm lying. You got to be a real criminal. You got a comment? Hold on. Or you say, all right, let me see what you said. Chapo's son literally out now because he told it's well documented. I mean, I mean, like, telling is tricky, G Rod. Telling is tricky. So, what they say is telling is tricky. You know what I'm saying? So, the shorty don't understand telling. If me and you was partners and we working together, telling is telling on you. But if you my opposition, fuck you. Him. Now, if you my partner, we doing dirt together. I find out you trying to sleep with my wife. Yeah, you. I'm telling. Because you broke the rules. There's no rules. There's no rules. There is no rules. The rules is based on friendship and camaraderie and loyalty. The loyalty got to go both ways. If you don't got loyalty, I don't got loyalty. Okay? We criminals. We evil. We don't do good shit, right? So now I ain't gonna necessarily swap you out. I'm not gonna swap nobody out. Me and somebody, we do a crime, they get away, I don't. I'm not swapping you out. I'm gonna take my lick. I'm not gonna tell. That's breaking the rules. Me and you do a crime. Me and White Flame do a crime. Boom, we dip off. They catch me, they don't catch him. I don't know nothing. I knew what I was getting into when I got into it. I got to take my lick. I can't go do crime and then don't want to take my lick. So if you don't want to go, if you ain't cool with going to jail, don't do no crime. You're supposed to do crimes knowing you're gonna get unalive, mortally wounded, or go to prison. That's what you signed up for. You signed up to possibly go to prison. You can't get ready to go to prison, be shocked. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't go to prison. What you mean you can't go to prison? You was doing go to prison stuff. You know what I'm saying? You was going to go. You doing go to prison stuff. Go in the county jail, do your push-ups, get your shank game up, and get ready to do what you guys do. Go in there and play cards and dominoes until you get out. That's what you signed up for. You can't unsign up. You know what I'm saying? You can't unsign up. Dudes be want to unsign up. Like they surprised they can go to jail. I don't know how. Let's take a break. So if you snitch, that means you was doing something that you shouldn't have been doing. You wasn't built like that. You was a fraud. It's crimes. It's crimes. That's why I be telling young people don't do no crimes. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. It's just that simple. You do the crime, you gotta take your lick. Period. If I would have lost my case, I just would have went to prison. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing, and it still ain't mine. That's another thing. If I snitch on you, I gotta snitch on me. I gotta say I got it from him. Well, the first words is I got it. No, it's not mine. I'm gonna get an early release. I'm not even finna do all this time. I'm not finna do a lot of time like that. I'm gonna get an early release. Cause it's not mine. Y'all got an innocent man in here. I'm gonna toe that line. They gave me 25 years. I'll be out in 3.5 years. I'll be out on my soul. Cause it's not mine. As long as they got that on paper that I always stated it's not mine. People don't know that's big. They look at that. Did he ever confess to the crime? No. Till today, he says it wasn't him. All right, let him out. Let him out. It might not be. That's how they going to look at it. You will never confess. Ever. Never. No, never, never. If you do time, you're going to make your time longer. They look at that. They look at whether you confessed or not. I don't know if people know that. And if you confessed, then okay, you get what you get. But if you didn't confess, you create probability. You, you know, you create doubt. And when you create doubt, that works in your favor. They never really 100% got you. Basically, unless you dumb and you just got your fingerprints on everything and got it all on you and stuff, there ain't no need of lying in. I mean, but I mean, you ain't supposed to, if they find it in the car, you like, I don't know that was in that trunk down under there like that. How y'all know that wasn't there when I bought the car? I don't know where that came from. I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be in PC locked in a cell 25 because if you snitch, you sure getting poked as soon as you get in there. Yeah, you going out on the helicopter. You're gonna get helicoptered out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, your life ain't worth 2 cents if you talk. Even in PC, they'll send somebody at you over there though. So you don't know nothing, you ain't did nothing, keep your mouth shut. Or don't do nothing. And then when you do something, do your dirt by your lonely. Do it by yourself. I only do everything by myself. When I go pick up work, I only want to see the man with the work. Don't pull up with two of y'all in no car, no three of y'all in the car. If I come to pick you up to get something and I see you pulling up with two in the car, I'm going to drive right by you looking the other way like I don't see y'all. And when you be calling my phone, Ram, that was me right there. I'm not answering my phone. I'm not answering my phone none that day. When you call me the next day, you be like, Ram, I was right there. Like I had an emergency. I ain't even tell you that I seen somebody with you because I don't know. You might be the police. You might be playing police games. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the nut role. Yeah, I'm gonna play the nut role. Oh no, I ain't see you. And you're like, okay, man, I can meet you today. I'm be like, come by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know. Oh, yeah, come by yourself. Come by yourself, dude. Don't bring nobody. You know, I don't want to meet nobody. I don't want to greet nobody. Oh man, it's a cold, cold world. It's a cold, cold game. Oh man, shout out to Stan G. You know what I'm saying? It's a cold, cold world. It's a cold, cold game. Oh man, run them likes up and get me hyped up. Shout out to Stan G. Y'all go watch Stan G. Y'all go watch Stan G. That's what I'll be watching. Tell him I told you. Tell him Pharaoh told you to go over there and watch him. Very informative and very entertaining on my soul. So this trial is going to be interesting. Tupac, my favorite rapper, but he was Yeah, yeah, that's my man from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my man from Memphis, man. Yeah, he tripped out. Y'all go follow my man Stan G though. He helped keep you out the gangster matrix. Yeah, go watch my man Stan G. And go run his likes up and keep them hyped up. Yeah, I be watching dude when I one day I'm gonna show everybody I be watching. If I got in a situation based on all this, you wouldn't tell. No, no, I wouldn't tell because no, hell no. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Now, if I'm like Suge Knight and he doing all that time, right? And these are the people that tried to unalive me, that's not snitching. This is what people got wrong, G-Rod. That's not snitching. If you try to shoot me, that's not snitching, bro. If I tell on you, that's not snitching. Snitching is telling on somebody you work with, somebody you deal with. Snitching is not telling on an enemy. There is no, you don't owe an enemy nothing, bro. No snitching is because I owe you. I owe you, so I'm not going to tell. You never done nothing to me. I'm getting work from you. You minding your business, I'm minding mine. That's snitching. If you're an enemy, you trying to unalive me, anything like that, that's not snitching. That's not snitching. That's not snitching. Not to me. Now people say it's snitching, but to me it's not snitching. And I'm willing to go to the penitentiary and defend that. I'm willing to defend that. That's not snitching. Ain't no rules with the enemy. They trying to make it like my enemy is rules. Man, there's only real rules with the people I'm working with and my friends. You selling me stuff, minding your business. You selling me stuff. You ain't doing nothing. I come and buy the stuff. You ain't did nothing but help me. Every time I want to get a bird, you had it. Every time I want to get two birds, you had it. Sometimes you fronted me, I get caught. I'm not telling on you. But you trying to sleep with my wife, you trying to unalive me, you trying to rob me and do stuff. Him. I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. Okay? I wouldn't care if you go to jail for 50,000 years. They got the game messed up. They lying about the game. They lying. These young dudes don't know what they talking about. Al Capone and them, if you was they op, they pick up the phone. Hey, coppers, it's go over on 56 West Laughlin. Yeah, you'll find a bunch of liquor there. Okay, click. They was always calling the police on their enemy. Go look it up. Gangsters had police on the payroll to sick 'em on you. Show me what gangsters in there. The Irish had the police in their pocket. Bugs Moran, because he was Irish, he had the police working with him. Like, make it make sense. Police be criminals. Oh my soul. The police was bringing us batteries in to do tattoos, pizza, liquor. The guard, I go to the guard. Give me a cheese pizza with bell peppers and onion and garlic on it. Give me a 2 liter Sprite, and he go get it and pay him on the table. Yeah, I mean, like, don't be snitching. That's like saying the police shouldn't be crooks. The police be crooks, man. It's all mixed together. That's why I tell young dudes don't go in the streets. The streets is a myth. They be lying to you. The only rule is loyalty. The only way you ain't gonna get no respect if you break loyalty, like somebody loyal to you and you do something. Other than that, you don't send no innocent man to jail. Nobody man has been stuff like that. You selling me stuff, you ain't never did nothing to me. I get caught, I don't know nothing. Because if you was a snake, I wouldn't be buying from you anyway. I wouldn't be messing with you. I go find somebody I could deal with. But if you're an enemy, yeah, him. Right there. He did it. He shot me 2 times, 3 times. No problem. They said, well, you're supposed to do something too. I'm going to do that too. I'm going to tell, and I'm going to still do what I'm going to do. As a matter of fact, if I could get you in a jail cell, I could get my revenge. I could find out where you at, put some money on somebody's book. You know what I'm saying? You'll never come home. You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty world. But I'm not sleeping with your woman just because you my enemy. It's rules. I don't just sleep behind no dude like that. I don't want your woman. I want my own. I need my own. I don't want yours. What I want with yours is a bunch of single women out here. So what they call snitching, what they be calling snitching, don't be snitching all the time. What it be, it be a dude trying to be something he not. That's what it be. You out here trying to be a gangster, trying to be a hustler. You ain't that. So you gonna tell you a fraud. When you a hustler, you gotta be able to turn on the gangster switch. See what I'm saying? So you're not really a gangster, but you might gotta do some gangster stuff. If you're not built like that, don't get in the game. If I'm pulling up your house and I got 20 racks or 40 racks, I got to turn off the hustler button. I got to turn on the gangster button. Because this could be a jacking. I can end up in the trunk of somebody's car. I'm on some gangster right now until I get this stuff back home. Boy, I got 40,000. I'm in danger if I slip. If you're not really built for that, don't do it. That's what I be trying to tell the young people. Don't do it. Don't. I was in the county jail for 4 months. My feet kicked up. I'm good. Anything could have happened. I could have got poked up or whatever. Hey, that's what I signed up for. That's what I signed up for. Deal the cards. And I mean, hey, I got some money on the hooch. I got some money on the hooch. Go buy some sugar. Let me know when it's ready. We're gonna be having Alizé Friday. How long it's gonna take for it to ferment? Friday, all right, Alizé party. You know what I'm saying? You got, yeah, hey, it is what it is. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. You did the crime. That's the end of it. I can't now. I did the crime. Now I get caught. Now I want to tell on Baby Lane. It don't go like that. Baby Lane didn't make me do the crime. I did the crime. End of story. And then a real gangster, a real hustler, you glad he out. Would you tell him, Baby Lane? You glad he out. Why would you want him in there? Why would you want you don't want nobody in there? Why you want somebody else in there? You don't want nobody else in there. I don't want nobody else in there. I need everybody outside so they can do things for me outside. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I gotta tell on myself to tell. That's what a lot of brothers don't understand. They're gonna have me in the cell. They're gonna come and say, okay, we found a bird on you. Where'd you get it from? If I say Mark, I'm going to prison. I just admitted I got it. You ain't no gangster, you ain't no hustler, don't get in it. When you get a bird, you pull it out of my car, you take me down to the jail, you throw the bird on the table, you say, where'd you get it from? I said, that ain't mine. I never got nothing from nobody. That's not mine. Real gangster hustler. That's not mine. Let's start there. Hold on. What you mean where I get it? I don't know where that came from. Don't try to trick me and get me to confess. When you snitching, you confessing, fool. And you still might go to prison. The other person might not. They might even go lock them up. They ain't gonna necessarily go lock them up, but they gonna lock you up for sure. Just because you snitch don't mean they're gonna go get the dude. I'm trying to tell you, all you did was admit that you did it. So if you ain't built like Pharaoh, don't do no crime. You know what I'm saying? Don't do no crime. And I ain't talking about when they try to plan nothing on you. I'm talking about when you really in the streets. I'm talking about when it's yours. That's what I'm talking about. When it's really yours. It's yours. It's your bird. It was hid in the trunk and they found it. It ain't yours. All you gotta do is tell us where you got it from. I didn't ever get it. It's not mine. What you mean where I got it from? See, if I start doing, you know what I'm saying, first thing, you got the right to remain silent. So if you don't know what to say, don't say nothing. I know what to say. Everybody don't know what to say. I'm not gonna say a lot, but I'm gonna say what gonna fit my lie in court. I'll say that part. So when they go to court, they say, "What did he say?" He said it ain't wasn't his. When I pulled him over, he denied it was his. Exactamundo. You know what I'm saying? I want him to say that part. After that, my lips are sealed. Next question. My next response is, I need to talk to my lawyer. Yeah, I need to talk. I need my folk. I need to talk to a lawyer. I need to get my phone call so they can find me a lawyer or talk to a lawyer. This conversation is over. What I'm gonna talk to you for? I'm gonna talk in front of the judge, young dudes. talk in front of the judge? Why is you talking when you got to talk at trial? Shut up till it's time to really talk. And get a bench trial. Don't get no goddamn jury. And you ain't gonna be. You could get one judge to believe you. You might not can't get 12 people to believe you. You know what I'm saying? Six of them are like, he's full of shit. Lock him up. See what I'm saying? You just want the judge. You just want the bench trial. Me and the judge and the prosecutor and the defense. That's it. All I need in this courtroom. But my point is, don't do no crimes. Don't be stupid like Keefe D. Don't be stupid like Suge. And don't be stupid like Tupac. I don't know why he trying to fight and you a big rapper. I don't know what big rapper the first one to run the fight. What a dumbass. He my favorite rapper. That don't mean he's smart. He was dumb as hell. Always trying to prove something. That was Pac's problem. Always trying to prove something. Young black man, don't be trying to prove shit, or you're going to end up trying to prove your innocence in the courtroom. Stop with all that trying to prove. I'm not trying to prove nothing. I'm not trying to prove I'm tough. None of that. Right now, if you walk up on me right now, as I see you on the internet talking crazy, I'm going to turn around and walk off. And you can get back on there. I seen Furl. He didn't do shit. He walked off. Yes. Tell everybody I walked off. Period. I'm walking off. Okay? I'm not trying to prove no tough or none of that. I'm walking off. I need you to pursue me so I could beat the case. I need you to follow me. I need to go to court and say, well, I walked off. He ran up behind me. I was terrified. I was scared for my life. And that's why he's no longer with us, Your Honor. I didn't know what to do. I might cry in there. You know? I might start crying. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm telling y'all, avoid the streets. This is anti-violence conversation. Don't get it twisted. I'm just showing you the violent part so that you will be anti-violence. There's no violence. You're gonna mess your life up. You're gonna go to prison for the rest of your life. Out there trying to prove you King Kong or something. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay out the way. You don't want to be hanging out with boo boo, school, and doo doo. You're going to jail hanging out with that. You don't want to hang out with nobody. Okay? Y'all dudes is too y'all new young dudes, y'all some weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Rule number one. Don't hang out with dudes. No dudes. You only hang out with your woman. No dudes. Do not hang out with no dudes. Under no circumstance do you hang out with dudes. Not if you're a man. No dudes. Period. You don't hang out with no dudes. You only hang out with women, with a woman. You don't hang out with no dudes. No dudes. They say, well, ain't you got some real tight homies? Yeah, I go see them, but I don't hang out with them. I'll pop up at one of the guys' crib, maybe if he got medical conditions or something, and say, hey, man, what's going on? You da. But I'm not hanging out with no dudes. I'll visit you. I'll come talk to you. If I see you in the street, I'll stop and talk to you for a minute, depending if you're a known criminal, no, because you're probably dirty. But as far as hang out with dudes, when I be seeing these young dudes, right? And you see them out here, 3 or 4 young dudes walking around. I know they're going to jail. They going to jail. It's like, bro, why'd you run around with them? Why'd you run around with them dudes? You going to jail. Or something bad gonna happen. And you a weirdo. Cause it's like, man, dudes ain't got nothing to offer, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I be seeing dudes come by the house, they be at the house all watching the football game. They be looking, they be looking weird. I know right then I can't mess with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't because a couple of y'all is wop the school wop. You know what I'm saying? Uh-uh. I like women. I ain't got nothing against y'all lifestyle. It's just not my lifestyle. You know, y'all carry on. I ain't anti what y'all doing. Do what you do, but that's just not for me. Only way I'm gonna be able to do, we doing some business. Now we doing some business. You rap, or we gonna get a construction company, or we doing fencing or roofing. Yeah, but we not hanging out. We working. We not hanging out. We working. As soon as we get off work, you gonna go home to your wife, old girl, and I'm gonna go home to mine. We not hanging out. We gonna get together. We gonna knock this business out, and we gonna be gone. And any type of hanging out we gonna do is when we have our business meeting. We can have like a 2 hour business meeting and 30 minutes of hanging out. We can throw 30 minutes of hanging out there afterwards. After we do our business meeting, we're like, okay, cool. So how's Felicia been doing? How's Sandy been doing? How's she doing? All right, the kid. We could do that after we take care of the business. Yeah, we could do some regular grown man socializing for 30 minutes. But we didn't come here to socialize. We came here to take care of the business, and we just throw in a quick socialize. We are business partners. We do want to know what's going on with each other in case we got to help each other. I do that. But as far as come by watch the game, come on, bro. You know I already got a football and she in the bed. You know what I'm saying? I'm already up one, up two, and hiking already. I'm already hiking the bull. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a touchdown. Or, you know what I'm saying? I might take a field goal, but I'm not finna come hang out with you. No. A lot of my friends, they went to prison hanging out. They all doing crimes and hanging out. They get a RICO. I'm like, how y'all doing illegal stuff and hanging out, bro, and getting on film like that? They go to court, they be throwing you should see the pictures they be having of. And the feds got that camera, they touch it, go, you know what I'm saying? They got that camera where when they show the pictures back, you be walking. Yeah, they got separate pictures of you walking, not no video camera. The camera shoot 1,000 pictures on you walking out the house to the car driving off. All single pictures where they could pull one of them out and say, "This look, he got the package right here." They caught you right when you lifted off the street. They got it. You know what I'm saying? When you lift it off the seats of the car, when you go in the truck and take it out, that camera going so fast they can catch it if it ain't nothing but a couple of seconds. You know what I'm saying? You going to prison because you hanging out, hanging out, hanging out, hanging out. They love to hang out. My boy gonna tell me, "Down man, you'll never come back to the house, man, and hang out and stuff." I'm like, "Listen, man, you been to prison twice." He like, "Oh, round, you hitting a nigga all below the belt." I'm just saying, bro, you been to prison twice. I went and visited you last time. You are not the person I want advice from. You know what I'm saying? With all due disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no, I don't want no advice from you. You my man, 100%. You ain't never gonna snitch. You did your time. You stand up. You always look out for me. But hang out with you? No. He's like, that's why I fuck with you, Ram, though. Uh, yeah, we not supposed to be close together, bro. We doing crimes. You know what I'm saying? My rappies, that's the rule with me. If we doing crimes, stay far away from each other. You know what I'm saying? Duh, right? If we doing crimes together, you stay supposed to stay over there, over there, and over there. We not supposed to bunch out, bruh. Like, are you serious? I'm supposed to see you and gone. Get what I'm gonna get and gone. And that gotta happen fast. Well, we not hanging out, man. That's not what we. I'm just hanging out. Who made that song? That was a cold song. Wait a minute. Hanging out. Who made that? Main Source. That was Main Source. That was a fire song, boy. I forgot about Main Source. Who was in Main Source? I'm just hanging out. That was fire, boy. Let me see. Who was in that group? He was a Canadian. Large Professor. I knew it was somebody pop. That was Large Professor. Yeah, Large Professor was fire. Large Professor was fire. He was fire. So, that's what's going on with that. We're going to keep our eye on that whole Tupac situation. Yes, the federal government can legally charge you after you win or beat a state case. Under the dual sovereignty doctrine, state and federal governments are viewed as two separate legal authorities. Beating a charge in state court does not stop federal prosecution from filing their own charges for the same action. Boy, it's ugly out here, y'all. Stay out of trouble. Don't do no crime. Don't push no violence, right? No violence, no crime. Be a family man, raise your family. Stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Be a stand up. Don't snake your best friend. And stay around a woman as much as you can. Either be by yourself or with a queen. That's how we do it. It's G talk, baby. G's up, hoes down. B ends, move around. Once again, G's up, H is down, B ends, move around.